So today's mobility work is just a simple forearm crank. You can do this in two positions. There's the tabletop position where you have the fingers facing towards your legs, and in this tabletop position you make sure the back of the hand is fully pressing into the ground, and then you crank back slowly and gently, and you're sort of making sure that you're still keeping full contact, so it's good range of motion in the wrist, not coming off. And then you flip it over so the palm is down, and same general principle. And then the other side with the fingertips facing away is you get into a kneeling position, and then you press forward. Oof, and then you do the same thing with the palm up and the back of the hand on the way down. So basic anatomy. The reason why we do this is there are all these small little muscles that connect from the wrist into the forearm, and they can get a little tight, a little gnarly, and this is a good mobilization to do before anything that really demands a lot of that wrist. So you think of the front rack position, think of push-ups. If you think about maybe handstand holds in that deep sort of not necessarily compromise, but deep flexion position. And or if you know like, oh, my grip is going to get taxed, just getting a little bit more range of motion in there, getting some just some good circulation, because things can get really tacked down in there. And so this is a good pre-workout just sort of and it also kind of tunes you in, so there's a lot of breathing in there. So again, let's talk about the positioning. You want to, for the first one, is a tabletop, so you're with the fingertips facing your legs. So I like to start with the back of my hand pressing into the ground. And I do it with both hands. So from the front, that's what this looks like, is here, or the back of the hands. And my elbow pit, I'm trying to externally rotate, so my elbow pits are spinning forward. And from this position, I'm going to bear down on the back of my hand as much as I can, not too much. Most of my weight is in my legs. And from here, I'm pressing with all my fingers into the ground as I slowly crank back. And I take a breath, and I relax, try to get a little bit more. On the inhale, I'm trying to really press everything, all of the knuckles, all of the fingers, and the back of this hand into the ground, being really active, cranking. And then I relax on the exhale. Maybe I go just a little bit. And then I do the same thing with the palm down, still getting that good external rotation, so elbow pits are forward. And same thing, just big inhale. Using that breath to help me stay present in the moment. So I'll do about 10 breaths in each position, so 40 breaths total. If you're a little short on time, you can do 5 breaths. That's really cool. A little bit of mobility is better than no mobility. And so that's with the fingertips facing away. And then with the fingertips facing towards you, if you have the fingertips facing away from you, what you do is you get into the sort of kneeling position a little bit forward, and it's the same basic principles apply, except now you got like all of the fingers pressing in the ground. And in this positioning, in both positions, you sort of want to imagine that the middle fingers make the number 11, so you don't want them super out or super in both positions. You want them relatively neutral. If it's like if it feels pretty gnarly, back off and do what feels a little bit right for your body. But that's the sort of idealized posture. So with the fingertips facing away, get into a kneeling position and crank forward. Ooh, and same basic principles apply. Elbow pits forward, nice external rotation, crank forward, and on the inhale, press into that ground. Exhale, try to get a little bit further, a little bit deeper in there. And so what this does, so with the fingertips facing away, we're working on this position, and on the fingertips facing down, we're working on that position. So a full range of motion of the wrist as best we can. And palm down, palm up, same thing. Ways we can retest this is maybe try a front rack position, or if you just kind of roll the wrists around and see how it feels. This is a really great one to do before a workout, just to get a little bit more mindful, especially if you have junky wrists. I have a pretty junky right wrist from some stupid injuries prior. So think about it, consider it. Remember, tabletop for the fingers towards you, and then kneeling for the fingers away from you. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.